recap our last session for inspiration. Feel free to go into whatever depth you want for the second half, since we do not have that recorded.
Who's got notes?
Does nobody want inspiration for this fight?
Definitely do, because
we
I only have one. But I remember we wandered around the castle. We
Yeah, we spent it.
investigated.
Go for it.
We started off. We were still in the chapel where we had ended 2 sessions ago, having busted into Castle Ravenloft. We did some investigation, exploration. Those were the words that I was looking for. And while we were doing a ritual to identify some of the things that we had found there, we heard voices. A pair of numbered hags looking for a cat, and with a very, very successful intimidation roll, they were sent on their way. The cat was definitely outside, ladies. Go look outside. We continued to explore and found ourselves in amongst a number of mausoleums to various individuals who were important to Strahd or important to the creation of Castle Ravenloft. Some individuals definitely deserve to be there. Some individuals perhaps not quite as much. Sir Klutz Tripolatsky.
I was just gonna say, don't you dare slander Sir Klutz. Don't you dare.
Too late. Too late. We then spent some time going through those mausoleums looking for anything that might have been useful. There was not so much usefulness in the ones we found, although we did find a number of ones that were full of small groups of enemies or Strahd's parents, or perhaps the most importantly, what we're assuming is one of Strahd's coffins, which we destroyed. I'm sure that won't come back to haunt us, or hopefully him, at any point during this session. We pushed on. We found a room with a giant flame in the center and colored stones in chalices, I want to say.
Yes.
That we surmised was some sort of teleportation system around the castle, but opted not to try it out because, stepping into strange fires in strange places is questionable at best, even for us. We pushed on up the stairs this time. We had mostly been going downstairs into a quaint sitting room / library. Found a picture of what was definitely Irina, I believe, even though probably didn't actually pose for that portrait at all.
It was a very, very old portrait with it still looked exactly like her, but
but
the
it was
style
likely,
and fashion was significantly different.
Yeah, it was likely Strahd's brother's wife, who we've been told is who Strahd thinks Irina is.
Well, he also thinks she's his wife, so there's some wife stealing going on. 7 brides for 7 Strahds, I guess. Who knows? During our exploration, we found a lever or something for a secret passage, and definitely got dropped in on by our host, who is, I'm sure, super excited to see us. And then we wasted no time, and by we, I largely mean Zazarak wasting no time in getting into the fray.
That is correct. Which means that now, as the red flames behind Strahd in the fireplace surge upwards, casting his long dark shadow across the room, creeping up the walls behind you and over you, um, and a chill begins to take over this space. I need all of you to steel yourselves and roll initiative. The atmosphere deepens, everything grows dark. You have the looming figure of Zarovich over now Zazarak. And as he gets to move first in initiative, you know what I should have done while Ted's power was out? Get character sheets open. It's
Well,
okay.
we weren't sure if the power
Yeah.
was coming back on or anything, you know.
To
So
be
True.
fair, if it didn't come back on, then you just have to close them.
yeah. Well, you can do that in one click.
Yeah,
so.
that takes a lot less time. All right, get you over here. No, I don't want you over here actually, because I need the camera. I need your cameras up so I can see you guys. All right. Once again, over you, Zazarak. Um, this figure in his heavy cloak, you see a gleaming steel breastplate under the furs, and the red within his eyes sparkles, almost gleams in a way that, as close as you are, feels even more supernatural. He also feels like you've seen him before now. He feels bigger, heavier, and broader. Maybe it's just that you are under him, but at this time, the cold rolling off of him is almost stifling, and his mouth opens, the fangs extend, and you see four sharp teeth in his upper jaw, four from his lower, a hiss in the back of his throat, and he lashes out. Um, he is casting a spell, which only one of you has the ability to do anything about. We'll see if he can manage.
Yeah, counterspell.
Okay. That will be a charisma check from you.
All right. That is with the charisma modifier. That is a 20.
Okay. You see his form start to blur a little bit, and time begins to slow before you. And as a bolt of silver light intersects what looks like his moving form, you are able to cut this spell short. Do, 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 do. Do. That turn is expended. Okay. Oh no. Roll 20. Okay. For anything else in his turn. No, he's going to stay where he is. Following him, Zeldrin, with your perception, you can hear footsteps in the hall and panting as a door opens to the north. Light layer. And two figures who are drenched in water are sprinting into the room. The witches from before come running in. One of them shouting, "Master, master! There's oh hell!" And she, while surprised, is not under the condition. And will attempt a spell, if I can get her fucking character sheet to. Which I guess Victor can attempt to counter. I don't know if he'll be able to. Oh, well, there we go. Yes, he can. All right. Her wand is flung back by a bolt of force from Victor, so that is his reaction and third level spell slot is expent. And now it is Zeldrin's turn.
Okay. I'm going to move and hop up on the table here. And then I'm going to spend both of my channel divinities, bonus action channel divinity to harness divine power and get a second level spell slot back, and then action channel divinity to start my Twilight Sanctuary.
All right. I don't think I've ever seen someone do that twice.
Yeah,
that.
I mean,
But I don't think many people have been forced into that corner. So
the best harness divine power can do me is a second level, and like I don't need to save a channel divinity because this is it. This is the fight, you know. So I'm gonna do both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So 30 foot radius. But yeah, that will be it for my turn. It is a 30-foot radius, right? That looks really big. It's
It
just
is a
because we're in a
30-foot
small
radius.
room.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, into my turn, I will give myself some temporary hit points. Make sure the math is right. All right. The 7 radiant is not supposed to be there, but 17 temp HP.
All right. And that's your movement, bonus action, and action. All set. All right. While
Oh, I guess I should have rolled a die for that. Oops.
habits,
Just habit. Yeah.
as the room begins to fight the darkness creeping in across the floor and the silvery mists, starlight crawling from Zeldrin and outwards, you see this tiny battle of light and dark across the carpets, and then hear as well the sounds of scratching and clawing from the south as another door opens and creatures begin crawling through. Let's see. One. Oh, you guys, they're on the wrong layer. Several undead in various states of armor and clothing and dismemberment begin crawling into the room. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. And closer. 2. And let me just check their speed because it may be that they have just dashed and cannot move further. I do not like this Roll20 update. That means that I have to click twice the Alt double click in order to get character sheets to open up. It does not work right. Okay, they have all dashed, so none of them can take attacks, but are climbing into your space.
Can we identify like what kind of creatures these are?
They're shambling undead zombies, skeletal beings. Clearly, at one time, they were adventurers who have not survived their time within Ravenloft.
Boy, I wish I hadn't used both my channel divinities. I didn't think there would be zombies here.
The other witch makes her appearance from the hallway. I fucking hate this. Open your... and has the opportunity to cast her own spell.
Both of our counterspellers have used it. So
Let's see.
Good thing she's just casting the light cantrip. All right, fantastic.
um, she targets Zeldrin with a charm, not a literal charm. Sorry, not a mechanical charm. You begin to feel the light from you grow cold, distant, and feel like it is abandoning you. I need you to make me a intelligence saving throw. Let me see if there's an immunity. Let's see. Nope, just an intelligence saving throw.
my worst save. That's a 13 on the die. That's a 13 for my roll.
Is oh yeah, that's right, because you've got the
Yeah.
okay. It's been a while since I've read this spell, so give me a second. You begin to truly feel as if this abandonment is real, that you are that you have lost touch. And let's see. I do not believe that you take damage from this, but let me just. Oh, Adam, I think you used the spell yesterday. Phantasmal Force.
Yeah.
Does it do anything specific after
I think
it's?
not
Here's-
initially.
Well, here's the thing. Phantasmal Force can do damage,
Mhm.
right? But it only does damage if the illusion that is presented in the target's mind is something that does damage,
Mhm.
right? And so, for example, if
If I think
you
I'm on fire, I take damage.
if you
but-
think you're on fire, you take damage. If you think there's a creature that's attacking you, you take damage, right? But if you think there's just a wall in front of you, so you have to go around it, you don't take damage.
Mhm. I think this works because I think Tyler, this will be like on you for role play. I think, but like you feel this loss of power, and you feel this darkness taking taking a hold on, not on you, but like
yeah.
blocking your connection. So
Yeah.
I will allow you to interpret that as you will. There is like means around it, but that requires like actions and such.
Mhm.
Does that work?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We'll see how that shakes out. And
Is there a
now,
visual effect, like a visual impact on Zeldrin that we are able to see?
Zeldrin,
I
what do you
think
think?
I think specifically, according to the spell, no.
No,
There's
I
not
don't
like a
mean
thing
like
on him.
I don't mean there's not. I don't mean we can't see what he's seeing. Like,
Mhm.
do his eyes glaze over? Are we aware that he is under the effect of a spell?
I think you'd see like his eyes widen, like a sudden sense of like worry, where he was very confident before.
Yeah.
I was
I mean,
telling
obviously
Max
we saw a
before
spell
game
just got
started,
cast. That is-
like I was telling Max before game started, like Zeldrin is coming into this without a doubt in his mind, and there has been a doubt put in there now. Do I believe my Twilight Sanctuary is still active? Because if I don't, no one gets temporary hit points.
In my ruling, if I were to make the ruling, and I think that it would require your agreement to
Mhm.
it, I think that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean if it looks like if to my mind the glow that I have like summoned around us is gone, is fought away, then I'm gonna think that it's not gonna work.
That makes sense to me. I mean, it doesn't literally go
Yeah.
away, which means theoretically, if you're able to break
Yeah,
this enchantment,
yeah.
it returns without
Yeah.
cost. But yeah,
Okay.
Zazarak, it is your turn.
Also, because this fight might take over a minute, I am going to set a round counter on me.
Yes, please do.
All right. I am just verify this. Yeah, with a bonus action, I am going to cast a spell.
Strahd's gonna counter that.
All right, that's that then.
Okay.
And I will take a couple swings at Strahd.
Okay.
That's 23.
That will hit.
Let me get all my crazy dice here.
If you want, I used to do this as a player as well. Like, if you want to roll your d20s for the turn all at once and then roll your cumulative damage all at once, I'm okay with that too.
I think I want to do it piecemeal just because of the great weapon fighter. I don't want to get screwed up on which dice I'm re-rolling.
Right.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
I've got 2d4 for the scimitar, and I've got 2d8 for the sunblade aspect of it. One. Well, wait a second. Now I'm screwed up. Now I got one for 1d8 for improved divine smite, 1d8 for the sun scimitar, and I think, if I remember correctly, on the sunblade, is there an extra d8 if it's undead that I'm fighting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's a third d. Here we go. That's 17, 19, plus plus my dexterity, which is 5, so that's 24 on the first attack.
Okay.
24 points of damage. And for the second attack, that's a nat 1, so I don't have to do that math.
You said 24, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. As you cleave in, you see the light of the blade singe through fabric. You see it begin to cut into his flesh. However, you also do see that, like, you cannot bring enough weight between you and the blade to cut very far in. Despite the fact that he is an undead, he seems juiced.
Okay.
Yeah, he ate a whole city earlier, so.
Any movement from you?
Nope. I'm
Shouldn't
gonna
that be
hang out
the
right
opposite of juice then? Like, shouldn't he be in like a tryptophan coma?
here. he does have the button to his pants undone. I have noticed that. Little weird.
As the blade comes through his clothing and begins scratching into his flesh, a clawed hand reaches out for you, Zazarak.
Mhm.
That will be a 24 to hit,
Yeah, that'll hit.
and that will deal 12 points of slashing, 20 points of necrotic as he begins digging into your neck. Miles is very upset that it is bedtime, despite the litany of warnings he received.
All right.
The western door now flings open. This is going to be... It's got pretty intense pretty quick. We're going to pause for a second. I'm going to go try to help this
No worries.
situation.
Yeah.
Okay. He'll be okay, I promise. um, okay. The western doors to the room behind you, Arium, also rather slowly pull open. The figures on the other side are certainly familiar to you. You have framed in the light from the window behind them the beautiful face and scantily clad figure of Valenta, who has a grin stretching across her face and fangs extended and gnashing, and Rahadin, who has, for all intents and purposes, looks very clean and put together and is wearing, once again, the dark, heavy leathers and a set expression, um, uh, rather cold. The scimitars are being drawn, and as the doors open, Valenta says, "Dibs on the pretty one," and Rahadin gets to act first and will step forward. The echoes following him, the specters of spite and anguish, begin ringing in your ears, Arium. And Zeldrin, you can hear that too. You're in that area. The howls and pained sounds of elves who have been exterminated. Um, as he moves into the room, he is going with both blades drawn. He will attack Arium and Octavian. Actually, given Arium that you are not yet transformed, he is going to attack you first. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, you know what? He's going to cast a spell first. Bonus action spell that causes the scimitars in his hands to glow bright blue. And then he will attack. It is a 23, a 15, and a 21 to hit.
The 15 will miss. The others will hit.
All right. Slash through you for 11 and 7 points of magical slashing damage.
7 is 18.
Okay. Your friends, on their turn, are going to attempt to make themselves as useful as possible. Victor is going to try to stand back a little ways so that he has the opportunity to strike out with lighter magics. Esmeralda positions herself so that she has, you know what? I think she's going to get in melee with both spellcasters, since she's pretty good in that department.
All right, do I recognize this last face sitting back here? Because I can see the token.
Uh-huh. No, you've not met her.
Okay.
Not yet. Yeah. Good to know. But no, you've not met her, no.
I recognize the other two. I thought maybe I was just drawing a blank, but no. Okay. Fair enough.
Also, let me just see what you can see real quick. Oh, it's got a lot of light in there. You can see like a bedroom in there and like the foot of that bed, but you probably don't have a super clear line. Actually, that whole wall cleared. Yeah, you can see like the foot of the bed and somebody is on it. That's what you see. Let's see. Esmeralda draws her two silvered weapons and attacks these mages. Octavian's rubs her hands together, and the gauntlet begins to crackle with electricity. Sparking light begins to arc down the steel of her gauntlet through her armor and her toes, and a ring of lightning begins to dance around her. And I will roll their attacks and damage as Arium. You take your turn.
Start of my turn, I heal 20 points of damage. I only have 18 damage to heal, but I do heal. And as the wounds are knitting themselves closed, he will just look up at Rahadin and grin a very, very conically toothy grin that is entirely unsettling, and just start laughing and growing bigger and and I will turn to
Goes from looking up to looking down upon.
I do love how much Rokea grows in our lore, because it does mean that all of you little, like, shrimpy elven men suddenly have someone who is taller than Strahd in your party. I say shrimpy, you're not like tiny or whatever, but like he's a giant. But the shark is gigantic, so
Ariam's well, I can't say too much because Ariam is my height, so Ariam's not 8'4". That's all we gotta.
redacted.
You know what? There's been a lot of people casting spells, so I am gonna cast a spell of my own.
Mhm.
I'm going to use my
Find
green
familiar.
flame blade. Identify. No. I'll get back to you all in a minute. Hold on. Don't die. No, I will use green flame blade and I will attack Rahadin. I missed my fucking dice tray twice.
Are you a thrower?
Yeah, and I tend to like spin backwards, like my hand comes up backwards, so that's a total of 19. That is probably going to miss.
19 only just hits.
Oh, hell yeah. In that case, he takes normal weapon damage, and my trident does have Rite of the Storm on it. Plus, he will take an additional 2d8 plus 2 damage from Green Flame Blade, which will then lash out at the zombie next to him. So Rahadin will take... great. 10, 13, 22 cold damage.
Ow.
Well, 5 of it is lightning, actually.
Okay.
No, 24. I'm sorry. Feral Might is additional 2 piercing damage. And then the one that is the zombie that is next to him will take 2d8 plus 2 cold damage from the spell. 9 cold damage. Come on, dice. I know it's been a while, but I need you to get above half.
Get
Your
the
max.
shit together.
Get it together. It's been a while, but come on, you're embarrassing me. Come on. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. And that will be it. I will look over at Valenta and just... last time we was a little involved, but I think I can make time to eat your face. Damn, no, shit. Oh, next time.
Okay. On her turn, she makes a little bit of a pouty face, and then glares at Rahadin and said, "I said I want the pretty one." And then she is going to jump at you, okay?
You heard it, boys. I'm the pretty one.
As she jumps in, some of this electricity that's starting to spark across the carpet and the wooden flooring jumps up and snatches at her. So she knows to make a little saving throw. Which she did. And okay. As the electricity leaps upon her, she like shrieks in surprise. But on her attack, she's going to claw at you, Rokea, with a 24 to hit.
Got it.
All right. She will sacrifice the damage for the grapple. and drag you this way. Climbing up onto the wall and bookshelf, and just kind of like holding onto like the neck and shoulders of you as she does so. And as her second attack, yay me! I got a nat 20. That will do 13 points of piercing damage, reduced to 6. And then a total of 11 points of necrotic damage, reducing your max hit points.
17 total damage. And over point by another 11.
Following her action, oh, this is going to be tough for me to remember. I have another legendary action, right? Yes, I do. Which is just going to be tightening that grip on Zazarak's throat with a 30 to hit, which will do 9 points of piercing and 12 points of necrotic. And then it
And
is...
just so I'm clear, the necrotic damage is reducing my hit point total, correct?
I do not think for the claw attack.
Okay.
Yeah. For the claw attack, it does not.
Great.
Do you need me to find the number again for the last one?
Nope. I got it.
Okay. And now it is his turn, which means he is going to take this opportunity to... Oh, do I want to do that yet? Yeah. Turn, while he has you in one hand, turn his head out towards everyone else. And he says, "You have foolishly entered into my home. You have taken such volatile risk. But I am the ancient. I am the land. You will not live to see another sunrise." And the light in this room begins to change. The little bit of light that was coming through the thunderstorm outside that now is drifting through the bedroom and into this study, it darkens. And something happens as the clouds outside part. And a moon that was not there before pulls itself into the sky. You see Strahd's hands grasping upwards, using force to change this realm. You see Esmeralda begin to twitch, shake, shift, growl. And I do not have another token for her. But she transforms in front of all of you, grows, tears through her leathers into a feral, wild werewolf. Let's see. The witch beside her is going to, let's see, cast a spell upon herself so that she does not die when this werewolf transforms. But I think I'm going to let good old Victor try to counter that one. That's another success for Victor. Another one of his counter spells eaten. So that witch remains fleshy and vulnerable for the time being.
Any chance she was trying to cast a spell that was concentration? Because Isn't she concentrating on phantasmal force?
That's the other one.
Oh, the other one is. Okay.
Yeah. But I should
I'm
put a
just-
sticker on there so I remember.
I'm looking for any advantage I can get.
Sorry. Then it is Zeldrin's turn. You are muted.
Zeldrin is going to, amidst all the battle growing around him, drop to one knee and kind of plant his shield in the table in front of him, and then just bow and close his eyes and hold the holy symbol of the Twilight Rider and the holy symbol of Ravenkind that are around his neck, and start whispering a prayer. He says, Twilight Rider, Prince of Stars, please do not abandon us now. Arleth, I beg you, send these undead away from here. And I'm trying to use my divine intervention to allow me to turn undead with the boost to turn undead that the symbol of Ravenkind gives me. So that's a 22, so it does not work.
That abandonment begins to really set in.
He raises up and still just full of this fear. I'm going to cast a 4th level spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Okay.
And I'm going to put it, let's see. I'm going to put it next to me and try to start clearing off some of this undead near me.
Okay.
So let me mark off that spell slot. Okay. So that's going to be 2d8. 2d8 plus 5. That's 15 damage to this undead here.
Right, you see part of it severed by this silvered light. It's still crawling, but any movement from you?
No, that's it.
All right, don't forget to keep your track on your tracker.
Yep.
The crawling filth of undead begin pawing their way upwards. However, they're all starting their turn. Well, at least the ones around Zeldrin and Octavian are within her aura. I don't think they're gonna do so good against this. They did not. Oh my god. Okay. I don't think that no, they're not gonna die to it, so they'll still take their turns. Let's see. These are tough little fuckers. All right, as they are pawing over you and Octavian, the two of you in your sturdy steels are able to kick, push, and fight off all but one that gets Octavian pretty significantly with a critical hit. Not terribly wounded, but taking her by surprise. And then the two by Zazarak. Your AC right now, Zaz?
18.
18. One of them hits for 4 points of slashing. All right. The witch who is who is concentrating is going to yeah, it's dumb. throw into the face of the transforming werewolf a fountain of poisonous gas. It's so fucking dumb. Uh, oh no, but Esmeralda rolled a natural 1 against that. That sucks. Right. So she coughs and sputters. Her thick mane of hair still transforming into this gray, grizzled fur coat, just shaking and rattling with beads. And then it is Zazarak's turn.
All right. I will.
What was that spell that she cast?
A cantrip poison spray.
Oh,
I will take a couple more swings at Strahd. That's a 17.
That will miss.
That's a 20.
That will hit.
All right. Eight, 10, that's 14 points of damage. 19 points of damage with my charisma modifier. And for my bonus action, Zaz has been struggling this whole time against the grip that Strahd has on him, and he has given up struggling and will just implore the Twilight Rider. And with a bonus action, will Starlight Step over here.
Great. And can you give me that damage again?
19.
Thank you. It's harder for me to bet if I'm not seeing it.
Yeah, absolutely.
As it turns out. Okay. Is that it for your turn? Or are you going to take some movement?
That is it.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Legendary action. Yeah, legendary action. Strahd turns into mist, and which visibly trails through the room in swirling smoke, and lands with his feet planted on the sofa here, over Victor, and eye level with you, Rokea. Let's see. Rahadin. Moves. Oh, you know what? Moves into that space. Strahd is going to have to make a wisdom saving throw against that spell. Okay. And Rahadin also has to make a wisdom save against that spell. Girl, what is your DC? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Rahadin is going to intelligently, I think, try to kill this mage in concentration. With 3 of his attacks, 2 of them clanging against her gauntleted arm she has raised, 1 of them slashing into her side, and we'll roll that con save for her. She is wicked good at con saves and holds, and the electricity around her continues to spark. Let's see. Esmeralda, we need to roll a die for the direction with which she rampages. Right, she is going to spin around and turn. Actually, no, I think with people right in front of her, I think she's just going to bite somebody close to her. And snap out and tear a little bit into this this mage in front of her. Victor, who does not like where he is currently standing, is going to just magic missile point blank at Strahd. Strahd is going to attempt to counter. It's a lot of shit happening. Sorry, everybody. Fail that counter check as bolt after bolt after bolt after bolt after bolt of dark force just pummel into his sides and chest. A heavily upcast magic missile just smokes into the steel and hide of Strahd von Zarovich from your buddy here. Octavian, given that she just took a solid hit, is going to take the dodge action. And with that, Rokea, it is your turn.
Don't like where I am, because I don't like being in this grapple, but I also don't want to take an entire action to break said grapple. So, do I really want to use my... no, okay, I'll just have to do some stabbing.
Suppose.
Yeah, I will. I got my trident out. I will. No, because there's no way I'm going to kill her. I just want to leave the space. If I leave the space, poor Victor is going to get eaten by this vampire. All right, I will. I will drop the trident actually, and I will just start going in with tooth and claw. Using predatory strikes. This is at plus 13, attacking Valenta first.
Okay.
That's a 26.
That's gonna hit.
That is. Oof. 16 damage on the first hit. I will take my second attack against Strahd, actually.
Okay.
That's a nat 1.
Ooh.
I will take my bonus action attack against Strahd. Okay, look, I know it's been a while, but this is not acceptable. That's it.
All right. With her arms still around you, you feel the chain that's around your neck, that crystal Rokea. You feel that chain tighten as it starts to pull up on you. And she says, "Ooh, twinsies!" And with that, she'll attack you with the claws for some physical damage and then bite you again. 25 to hit.
Yeah.
That will be 13 points of slashing damage, reduced to 6. And then bite with a 21 to hit.
Yep.
For 12 points of piercing and 3 necrotic.
9 damage total, and drop my max hit points by another. The good news is, as my max hit points continues to drop, the ratio of being able to get under half and lose control also drops. Bad news is eventually y'all are going to have to just deal with a vampiric were-shark, and, good luck at that point.
Let's see. Strahd now is when was Strahd is going to cast another spell. Okay. Can't remember. No, he counterspelled earlier. Okay. Right. Mm,
Victor's had a turn since he counterspelled. So he's counterspelled the blue-haired witch.
Yep, okay, that's what I was trying to remember. Thank you. I'll give him the opportunity to try another one of those uses.
Yeah, I mean, smoke him when you got him.
Oh god, that one did it again. Only just too. He's not super good at these checks, but he's rolling well on the die. And as once again the form of Strahd begins to mystify and blur, the spell is cut short. And even under him in this capacity, Rokea, you can see like you can smell the fear coming off of Victor under this imposing figure. But that is his full action. I don't think he wants to move. This witch here definitely does not like that she has been bitten by a werewolf and is going to try grasping the werewolf with the telekinetic force. Try to hurl her across the room. But Esmeralda apparently I guess in wolf form she's even stronger than she was before, but she's a hardy person to begin with. Snarls, snaps, and is not budged. You will also now be concentrated. Now it is Zeldrin's turn.
Okay. Still just knelt down and holding a shield and the holy symbols. He will beginning in another prayer. Prince of Stars, if you cannot be with us, send to us spirits, send to us souls that can guide us and protect us. And I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 4th level also. I think it does do better at 4th. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I was gonna double check if you were concentrating, but no, that's just your timer.
yeah. So yeah, I'm casting Spirit Guardians, and then I'll use my bonus action to attack that zombie again with spiritual weapon. Oh, that's an ugly yellow.
Oh god. I can't fucking look at this goddamn map.
Sorry.
I can't see the furniture anymore. Oh, hold on. I need you where you are. I keep forgetting this. I'm sorry. Because you're within Rahadin's aura.
Yeah.
I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw as well.
The 14 plus 10, 24.
Okay. You save, but take 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so spiritual weapon against the zombie below it. 14 plus 9.
That's a hit.
Okay, and damage on that is 2d8. 8, 3, 11 plus 5, 16.
Okay, well that one is obliterated. I'm gonna clear him from the map, or else this is gonna get messy fast.
Yeah. And then Spirit Guardians is going to be 4d8. Just go ahead and roll that. 14 plus 16 is 30.
Okay, so that's just what you've got.
Yeah.
Just remember that you've got that.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, they said 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that obliterates the other two that are in proximity.
All
Actually,
four
all
of
of
them
them,
are in.
because yeah,
Yeah.
because all of them, yeah. You can't see it, but most of you guys have chosen like yellow auras, so there's a lot of yellow.
Okay. I can change Spirit Guardians to a different color.
I don't think it's gonna super help. I think it's just gonna still be awful for me to look at. So we'll learn new colors if we.
Well, I mean, I can turn the sunlight
Auras.
aura off if it's not doing anything.
That's a good point. Like we can like it's still having like an effect. Namely that like I'll just say the vampires are unable to regenerate based off of the necrotic damage that they're dealing to you guys because the sunlight is here.
Mhm.
So that's the mechanic that's taking place. But
Great.
if
So
you
I'll
want, you
just
can
turn
turn
it
it
off to
off.
make it easier for you to see.
Yeah, that'd be
Cool,
good.
cool.
Oh, that helped a lot.
Yeah.
All right. Even in this dark dark night of the soul that you're experiencing, Zeldrin, this prayer and ritual and practice um, beats out a pulse that that does not even like surge, claw, violently dismember the undead, but it just stills them, and these corpses drop inert to the ground. Actually, that whole turn. Okay, we've got you here. She is going to now target. Yeah, she's just going to crawl over this couch and target Zazarak with this little poison spray. Nope, not you. It's a con save, Zaz.
All right. Dice out of here. So, 13.
13.
You know
God
what?
damn
I'm
it.
gonna use an inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, that's a 27.
That'll save. That saves. That poison spray cantrip as this little cloud of dark gas swirls over your face. It does not bug you at all.
Did she make her wisdom save?
Oh, there's your aura. Good to know. She will now.
All the enemies in this room are in the aura.
Good to know. Oh, your damage was 30?
30.
Okay. Adam, take your inspiration back. She died.
Okay.
Oh, hey, that illusion falls.
Yeah.
Um, as the starlit warriors, these specters, just jump her and pull her by force to the ground. Zeldrin, you see the light of your aura return, and have clarity again.
Mm-hmm. The weak witch.
And it is Zazarak's turn.
All right. Yeah, I think I will charge next to my friend Rokea and take some swings at Polenta, try and knock her loose. 19.
That will hit.
I'm gonna read 1, 4. Works very well. 8, 10, 15, 23. Plus 5 is 28
Okay.
damage.
All right.
24.
24 will hit. Yeah. Enjoying watching the dice fall.
That's a wash, basically. 5, 10, 11, 19, 24.
Okay.
And with back end, that's a 20.
Yeah.
Right. Better. 3, 8, 16, 21.
Okay. All right. As the sword makes impact and she tries to bat you away with her steeled claws, she's cackling, and you see the searing holy light scar into her skin. And as you do, you also see like that glowing crystal around her neck pulse a few times. Okay, you still feel like that pulsing at the stone around your neck and like in the stone beneath your feet, cobbles, the brickwork. Um, let's see. Anything else for your turn, Zaz?
That is it.
Okay. As a legendary action, Strahd's hand reaches out and grasps Victor's head by the hair and throws his skull into the bookshelf. And whoo, yeah, that was right. That was nearly knocks him out, possibly worse immediately.
14 temporary hit points for Zaz.
Thank you.
Oh, and let's see. No, that's right. That's fine. Okay. Rodin. Oh,
Wisdom save?
Yeah.
Also Strahd wisdom save.
I had him.
Oh, that was a
roll-
bonus turn, actually.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it wasn't his turn yet. Never mind.
Yeah. Thank you, though. Rodin rolled a 15.
That fails.
Okay, it's the 30 for this turn, right?
30, yeah.
Yep. Okay. All right. I think that answers the question that I had, which means he's going to circle around Octavian, climb onto the table beside you, looking down at your crouched form. The scimitars spin in his hand so that he is holding them blade downwards over you. It's not like he's at advantage or whatever, but
Yeah.
it's a good thing too, because I don't think you would have loved having a nat 20 on that attack. A 26 and a 28, I assume, are going to hit.
Yeah.
For 7 and 9 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so that's going to be 11 from my hit points. So,
And the con saves.
yeah. Okay. First con save. Beats it. Second con save. Double twos. I'm going to
Oh.
use advantage on. Well, no, it'd still be a 2 even with inspiration. Damn. Okay. That breaks it.
Okay. All right. Spiritual weapons fall, or spirit guardians.
Mhm.
God damn it, wizards.
Wait, didn't you had advantage on the initial roll? Are we?
I rolled 2 dice both times, and the first time it was a 17 and an 18. the second time it was a 2 and a 2.
You can still roll.
Yeah, with the way we've been doing inspiration was just to roll another die, not to use the second die. That's what I was asking about. I knew you were making 2 checks.
Oh, I had advantage, not disadvantage. Yeah, you're
Yeah.
so right. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
6 plus 8, that does save it. So I
Okay.
do still have it up.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I was like, in my brain, I was like, well, I'd still just take the middle roll. But no, you're right. Thank you, Ted.
Okay. Werewolf Esmeralda. Is going to attack the mage beside her and Zazarak. That'll be a 21 to hit the mage for 7 points of slashing damage with her claws, and then a bite out at Zaz with a natural 20 for a total of 8 piercing, and then a con save.
All right. 23 on the con save.
All right, no lycanthropy for you. Hooray!
Yeah.
I also had Zaz's bonus to those rolls too. I'm just realizing. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Sorry.
yeah.
Paladin shit. Okay. Victor, dazed, is going to,
Also, is it okay if I take my inspiration back? A 2 plus 8 is a 10. That would have still saved.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay, thank you.
God,
I gotta do my math.
I think with all of us rolling dice and having to do the math ourselves, everyone gets a little math break.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not.
We have leaned on the
yeah,
crutch of
thank
roll
you.
20 for a long time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
we have.
God, I can't imagine doing what I'm trying to do right now with trying to do math. It's not happening.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Victor, I want you to be able to do something cool, but you'll die. So I need you
No,
to get
run,
the fuck out of
Victor.
here.
Run, you idiot.
Yeah.
Max,
Teleport.
Can I give temp HP to Esmeralda? I know we usually don't do NPCs get in the Twilight Sanctuary, but
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. It's never been something I've been like
Yeah.
banning. You just haven't, and
Yeah.
because of things you haven't
Yeah,
been.
but in
like,
this fight, I would very much like to. So that's 15 for her.
okay.
And, if for sanity's sake, like if you just add it to her hit points, like it's basically the same.
That's what I'm doing. I'm not keeping track of
Yeah.
like temp HP for NPCs. I'm just going potentially over their max.
Yeah.
But yeah, Victor's going to try to teleport out of this space, but there's not a lot of good places to turn to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go back down the stairs,
Yeah,
Victor.
Right.
Leave.
Right. Go find
well-
Floof. You know where Floof is?
Yeah, I guess going down the stairs is a good idea, but like he can get more distance if he goes
Mhm.
somewhere else.
Yeah.
But anywhere else he goes is either into the room where other sharp things exist or into strange space.
Yeah. I mean, like getting on the other side of the room, like Rahadin is
It's right
unlikely to
there.
turn away from him. So like, jumping to like, this space over here is probably not a bad idea,
I'm actually throwing him into a strange new room. We'll put him over here.
So that strange woman on the bed
The
can
bed.
kill him.
Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, to be fair, he cannot. He did not see her till he is
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never said anything.
It's going to be great
Correct.
when on his next turn he just teleports right back in here. It's like, it's better in here.
Wrong choice. Goodbye.
God is nicer.
Okay. I'm just gonna have him run to the opposite side of the room. It's so stupid. It's so fucking dumb. No, that he's smarter than that. He's smarter than that. I think his action is a dodge from where he is and he's not gonna move and just hope the other choices get made. Octavian. Oh my god. I don't know if I told you guys this. I think I had plans as you guys wandered through the castle to find things that like the NPCs could like, and you guys already had plans to like split the party up. This is more than I thought was gonna happen. Okay. Still here. She is going to try to inflict her power of force upon Valenta, and potentially remove her. No, that did not work. All right. You hear Octavian just shout, "Begone!" And with that is a piercing crack of thunder and lightning right outside the window, and then nothing happens. Rokea.
13 temp HP to Octavian.
Okay. Oh god, Victor left the space.
Yeah. Yep. Right outside of that aura.
I'm just gonna start swinging on Strahd, look back at Valenta and say, "You know I'm doing you a favor, right? I mean, all of the other spouses are dead, and he didn't even care. You think he's gonna care about you?" I'm gonna hit you, Strahd. It's gonna happen. This is on Strahd, Predatory Strike.
Okay.
I don't know if you can.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a 14 on the die for a grand total of 27.
Yes, that will hit.
Nine. God, come on. 11 slashing slashing and 4 lightning, so 15 total.
Okay.
And I will brand of castigation. That's the whole reason I've been trying to hit him.
Ah. Get that.
Couple points of psychic damage should he hit anybody.
Do you have a fancy brand at this point yet, or no?
No, mine doesn't come till level 15, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that thing upgraded, actually.
Yeah.
I was just like, it just kind of sucks, but like you always know where your buddies at, where your guys at.
Yeah. Eventually, like Jacob's turned into the brand of Axiom. Not that I remember what that did, but
I don't remember it at all.
Mine at 15 becomes Brand of the Voracious.
Sounds cool.
While in hybrid form, you have... Actually, no, I take that back. Mine is really good. When in hybrid form, you have advantage on attack rolls against a creature branded by you.
Oh, shit.
That's actually super good.
Yeah.
I was thinking of the first part of the ability, which is you have advantage on your saving throw for Bloodlust while in your hybrid form.
Oh.
Which is like, Like, it's a DC 8 wisdom save. Granted, I have failed it. I have. That is a thing that has happened.
This is a good game.
You know what? Now that I've got that, I'm going to take a... No, fuck it. I'm going to swipe out at Strahd again. That is a 19.
I will miss.
I'm going to spend one of the inspirations I have. You know what? F it. If I'm going to spend inspiration, it's going to be to hit Strahd. Nope, it's not.
Oh, God.
And as a bonus attack, or bonus action, I will do the same. Okay, all right.
Ouch. As your claws and teeth lash out in...
You know what? I am pleased that you all can see that my luck has nothing to do with Roll20. It's just as bad with dice.
That's admittedly one of the reasons that I didn't like feel super bad about suggesting it, because you had mentioned like it doesn't matter, it's always terrible. And I was like, all right, so it's not gonna be like actually affecting shit.
14 temp HP to Rokea at the end of your turn.
As your claws and teeth lash out furiously at Strahd, his own like long blackened fingers catch and quarter and parry you, and he throws his hand forward to swipe across your snout. I need to roll to hit.
Yeah, it looks like the mutant blood hunters brand improves at 11 instead of 15.
Yeah.
So that's why I was. So I was like,
What?
I know Jacob never got that high.
He rolled a 3 on the die to hit you, so he did not hit.
You sure?
was-
'Cause my AC is not great.
It was total of 14.
Okay, yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not quite that bad.
And then
Wisdom save.
Lenta needs to make the wisdom save. She's really good at those. Apparently, didn't realize. Still 30, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
DC of 17.
Yeah. Yeah. She rolled over 20, so.
Okay.
And then she's just gonna keep eating you, Rokea.
Yep.
It's
Makes
kind
sense.
of the smart thing to do.
Sure is. I'm
Uh,
not smart enough to leave this grapple.
she digs in with a 16 to hit for the claws,
Well, the 16 will miss.
and then an 18 with her teeth.
That'll also miss because I have
Wow.
scales now on top of my
Alright.
scales.
Yeah, she like she's been like laughing, battering at you, and just taking bite after bite that rends these holes in your flesh. Like you feel the piercing of the teeth, and then the clamp of the jaw, and rip and tear, and you suddenly know what it feels like to be prey. Um, uh,
You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I do. Yes, we'll go with that.
okay, and then Zarovich.
Wisdom save.
Yeah. It's a natural 20.
Okay. Still 15 damage. That ain't nothing.
Yeah, it's good. Okay. Is he? Oh, Victor is over there. Victor is over there. I think he's sick of that shit. So he is going to. What is that? What's that feature? Oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Not gonna move yet, but he is going to. Oh yeah, there we go. Throw a spell at Victor.
Victor, I'm sorry, buddy.
The spell, it doesn't look like a particularly complicated bit of magic, as the dark wand in Strahd's hand flicks in and rolls between his fingers, and a summoned infestation of moths, crawling beetles, and rats scurries, flutters over to Victor and climbs over him. And he failed that con save and drops. And as a bonus action, Strahd is going to cast a leveled spell. Is that right? You are bonus action. And the wand in his hand takes on a mystic form. Black shadow begins curling through the furs of his cloak, under his sleeves and over his palm, and the wand in his hand begins to extend, elongate, and forge into a black steel blade that trails dark shadow as it moves in the air, and the hilt of it looks promisingly and memorably a lot like the hilt of Sergei's blade in Zazarak's hands. Let's see. Oh god damn it! It's another spellcaster's turn. Uh,
Wisdom save. Maybe I can save you a turn.
yeah, possibly. What's the DC?
17.
Out. Okay, they're dead.
I didn't realize it when I rolled it, but like that was 2 off the max for that.
Yeah, it was
damage.
like
It was
you said 30, and I was
it was a
like
7, 7, 8, 8.
yeah, I was crazy. I'll have you re-roll it now
Yeah.
though.
Okay. Oh, that's not good. 8, 13, 16.
Okay, so 16, and then I need to make a wisdom saving throw for Rahadin's screaming or a deathly choir.
Wisdom.
Oh, should I have made that on my
save.
turn?
You are out of the aura.
Okay.
His is small.
17 plus Zazarak's 4, I think.
Okay, that'll save and be 10 points of psychic damage.
Okay. I did not give myself temp HP last turn.
And then it is your turn.
Okay. I think I'm just gonna have to worry about Victor later. I am going to cast Mass Cure Wounds. Are we considering Victor out or like dead, or is he making saving throws?
I tend to make saving throws for your
Okay.
party.
Okay. Because if I position the sphere starting like here, I'm not actually moving, but if my point of origin of Mass Cure Wounds is here, then he's in it, and so is everybody else.
Yeah, you
'Cause
just have to get to that point. Yeah.
I don't have to move. The point can be anywhere from 60 feet from me, and then it's a 30-foot radius from that point.
Oh, I was thinking of like aura vitality or so. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
So Mass Cure Wounds, 3d8 plus 5.
Pick some good ones, Tyler.
That's 4, 4, and 3. So 11 plus 5 is 16 to everyone.
Okay.
Technically, I'm at full.
Yikes.
Okay, then bonus action, I will spiritual weapon on Rahadin. So what's my 4 plus 9 is 13. 13.
13 will miss.
Yeah.
Oh, also, I think I was gonna call it at the top of this round. We'll do it at the end of this round, but we'll take our 15-minute break if we're all good with that.
Okay.
And with the end of Zeldrin's turn, it is now Zazarak's turn.
I'm rolling so low on this.
Um,
13 temp to me.
how is Valenta looking?
Violent and thriving.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's getting plus 20 every round, so.
Yeah.
Um, man, I really need you to get off my friend. I'll start swinging. That is a nat 20.
Okay, I was like, it looks like a nat 20 from here.
Yeah, that is
Uh,
a nat 20.
Okay.
So let's do some stuff. Um,
Let's have some patience.
yeah. Well, let's do this first. I'll just roll these d4s before I figure out how many freaking d8s I need to roll.
All of them.
Roll that.
You need
Yeah,
to
seriously.
roll all of
That's-
the d8.
Right. That's 4
Holy
fours.
shit!
Right.
So
that's
starting off with 16, starting
Right.
strong.
16 plus the 5. We're going to make that 21.
Okay, I'll just track
And
that now.
I roll 2d8s for the Sun Sword and 1d8 for the improved Smite. So that's going to be 6d8. 4, that's 5. Oh, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 5, 13, 16, 21, 25. And then I'm going to Divine Smite at 2nd level.
Okay.
Right. So that's
2, 3, 4, 8d8.
So that's 8d8.
I love this game.
Also, is somebody keeping a running total?
Yes, I've been
Okay.
I've been keeping
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that one's pretty
God.
good. Yeah, so that's
Oh, God.
8, 16, 23, 29, 34, 43, 46.
How those hornets, Adam?
Wait.
Yeah. Paladins are a problem.
All right, so you. Oh man. You see Rokea being strangled by this chain around his neck. You see the beating crystal around his throat, and you see the same one dangling between her breasts. She's ripping into him, and you see the flicker of an image of Ronan's feral eyes tearing into a neighbor, someone who did not know you, and you did not know either, but the empty eyes of someone who's panic stricken and begging for silent help as they are mauled in front of you, and the blood and gore dripping down his face, his hair over his eyes, and you recognize in his expression and the glare he gives you and the sate of thirst he is experiencing in that moment. You feel repulsion, vulgarity, and drive the blade of light through Valenta's skull. And as she's crouched upon the wall, feel the weight of her falling back, collapsing, and you feel the blade pierce the back of her head and fold her and the body drops with a thud before flaking into ancient mist, and the golden crystal, or the red crystal on its chain, pulsing in the remainder of her clothes. She is gone.
As Zazarak spins and twirls, some of Valenta's black blood flings off of the blade across Strahd's chest as Zazarak continues towards him and will take his second attack at him. That is not going to do it. That's 17.
Miss.
And the back end of the blade, oh no, it's 2, so it's not going to.
In your fury and near methodical blindness, he handily parries, and you hear the clatter of what is the sounds of steel on steel, but is in fact the forms of shadow and light colliding with one another,
Yeah,
crashing.
It's definitely at this point more fury than skill on Zazarak's part, so makes sense that his blows would be blocked.
Tyler was muted, but he said 16 temp HP to you.
Fantastic, thank you.
Strahd, as you come closer, with the steel blade and the black steel blade in the one hand, holding the swinging double scimitar above his head, just throws his claws out under your reach. And strikes you with 22 to hit for 15 slashing and 21 points of necrotic.
He takes 2 psychic damage. Eat shit, Strahd. Brand of castigation.
It was 15 and 22?
21.
15 and 21, okay.
Hey,
Ted, I'm not going to lie, I'm looking forward to doing that all next week with Sean. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, if he's concentrating on anything, it's really helpful.
That's true. Which he is. Thank you for letting me know.
That's a good point, Tyler.
I mean, I don't know how easily he beats a 10, but
turns out right.
I was saying, he may not be able to fail that.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna save myself some trouble and yeah. Oh
If
wait,
he's got a +9,
he could.
He can't fail.
He could fail this.
Yeah.
It's unlikely, but he could.
Like I have a +8, so I can fail. But if I had a +9, I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
10,
yeah.
So.
He's very close to that category, but it. All right. Okay. Oh, it's Rahadin's turn.
Wisdom save.
Yes.
Measly little. What was it? 16.
He did fail. 16 still hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, he's also got to make a wisdom save against Octavian's thing. Oh, he saved on that one though. Okay. All right. I think he's just gonna hit you twice and then Octavian to try to knock her concentration as well. He is not doing as good this fight as he has in the past. A 19 to hit you?
Just hits.
Okay. That is 11 points of slashing. And then he knocks Octavian. She's very good at con saves, but fails hers. The electricity encircling her turns into a light, wintry mist and evaporates.
I got a 27 on my con saves.
Okay. Bloody fucking die. Okay. Esmeralda, as a wolf, drops down to claw herself forward and bounces up to tear into whatever she can reach, which in this case is Zeldrin and Zazarak. But does not hit either of you. What did she roll? Shit is what she rolled. Okay. 3s on those attacks. You could feel her over you and feel the pressure of her paws against the both of you, but your hide is your armor is strong enough. Oh wait, it's more people's turn. Okay, Victor has a chance to cast a spell. I give that one another shot. He's going to try a magic missile. At Strahd again, who is going to shield. And Black Cloak absorbs every one of those bolts without impact. Octavian is going to grasp with a crackling steeled hand at Rahadin and electrocutes him, but he is not stunned by it. And now it is Rokea's turn.
Your wife was holding me back. That's definitely the problem. Now she's gone.
That's what
Let's see
she
if. Yeah, she was trying to hold me back. Apparently she was. That's a 30
Holy
to hit.
fuck. That's gonna hit even with shield.
Wait, I meant to do something first. Nope, no I didn't. That is 12 slashing and 5 lightning.
Okay.
And I'll attack him again. Nope, there we go. Back to the 3. Sorry, what are my blood curses? Because I know I have these things.
I don't know.
Nope. Okay, that's what I've been saving him for.
Okay.
Then in that case, I'll just take a bonus action attack on Strahd.
Okay.
That's a 26.
That'll just hit.
For 1 point of lightning and 12 points of slashing.
Okay.
I'm up
And
to
with
2 out of 3 hits now. You going down, fucker? I got nothing.
and with that, we'll take our break, and we'll be back in 15 minutes. So 20 till.
Oh, yeah.
16 temp HP to Rokea.
Hit points go.
initiative with, oh my god, Zarovich's turn.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah, okay, alright. It's a 19, so
That
8.
saves, so 8 damage, yeah.
Okay.
Radiant.
Yeah, as beefy as as crazy as things have gotten, like the radiant damage, like I said, it's pretty much negating their ability to heal from draining blood. But like any other passive things that they've got that allow them to
Mhm.
restore energy or whatever the shit, like that's
Well, I mean, Zazarak's sunlight is holding that fort down, so even if they don't take any radiant damage.
yeah. In general, like
Yeah.
your divine powers are definitely putting in work. Okay. On his turn, who should we maul? Yeah, we'll stick with the. Yeah, we'll go this way. Yeah, we're going to grasp. Zazarak, who has been so animated towards him, and who you are in combat with. He grabs at you with a 29 to hit,
Yeah.
and then bites you with an 18 to hit.
Yeah, 18 will do it.
All right, that will be 11 points of piercing, 13 necrotic, reducing the max by 13.
Okay. So, and reducing it by 13.
Yes. And then Zeldrin, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to look to my brother and see him so hurt.
Hemorrhaging.
And I will cast a 6th level heal. So 70 points of healing to Zazarak. Also, blindness, deafness, or any diseases are healed, but I don't think you have any of those.
What if I made the hair fall out?
I mean, are you saying that's a disease?
That
'Cause I
was
told
what
you
I was...
it was bad. So yeah,
If the
that's
beard
my
falls out at this moment, he
action.
just collapses to the ground, trying to
Kill me now.
grasp all the hairs, and he's pressing them to his cheeks.
And then bonus action, I will send the spiritual weapon at Rahnin. Oh man, that's an 11.
Ah, shit. I've seen you roll a lot of 2s.
Yeah.
All right. After the end of your turn,
4.
Oh,
16.
he Strahd should have taken 2 points of damage when he attacked
yeah, all right.
Zazarak.
I'll let him take 2 points of damage. I will let him take
Concentration check.
Yeah, I'll let him take another 2 points of damage as he does an unarmed strike against Zazarak in his grasp, which is going to hit. It's a 28 for 17 slashing and 11 necrotic. And then 2 con saves.
2 more points of damage.
Okay, he saved on both of those. What if he just dropped? And with that, it is Zazarak's turn.
All right. Yeah, I will. Struggling against Strahd, I will swing with my scimitar. That is a 21.
Mm-hmm.
And that. This guy. That's 6, 12, 19, 24 radiant damage.
Sick.
And that's 20.
Just hits.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, he should have done it earlier, but he's gonna shield now.
Okay. And just so I've got a better understanding of what's going on, is the radiant damage doing any damage to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And man, I do not like being grappled by Strahd and don't like all of the focus that I'm getting. So I am going to Starlight Step next to my yeah, I'm going to Starlight Step next to my brother. And that will be my
Table
turn.
that you're all standing on cracks.
Yeah, love it.
I mean, I specify that I like drove my shield into it earlier, so it's got like a weak spot.
This table should. To be fair, most of the people who've been on it have been elves, but there are two of you in plate, and
Yeah.
Octavian is not like a live figure herself. The whole thing just get the
Mhm.
legs give. All right.
15 temp HP to Zazarak.
Thank you.
Okay.
And 10, 18, 20 on this round's Spirit Guardians for Rahadin.
Okay. Strahd is going to unarmed strike at Rokea while he's in reach, but miss. And sorry, what was the
20.
spiritual guardians? 20. Okay. Okay, it's a save. As his turn comes up and Zazarak appears beside him, Rahadin's gaze moves from looking at you, Zeldrin, over to Zazarak. This feels familiar, and he's going to attack your brother. Let's see. The first two strikes against Zeldrin, and the third strike is a crit against Zazarak. So for Zeldrin, that is 11 and 12, and Zazarak, that is 13.
Okay.
And Esmeralda is going to, in her lupine form, drop claws and weight onto Rokea with a 26 to hit with her teeth for 9 points of piercing. That is non-magical and non-silvered.
That'll reduce to 4.
4. Yeah.
Hit points.
Victor, your spells are bad. We'll just hit.
Victor has counterspelled and saved us all a lot. I'm not sure.
That's true. That's
That's fine.
true. There have been no less than, I think, 3. I think maybe 2 or 3 steel wind strikes that have been evaded at this point. A bolt of dark flame hits Rahadin in the side of the head for a natural 20. And let's see, Octavian turns to Strahd crackling with electricity, the empty socket in her eye glowing with light, as she reaches out for her own vengeance at her past failures against him, and strikes him with the lightning grasp, and electrifies him. And while I do that damage math, it is Rokea's turn.
All right. Shaking Esmeralda up. We've been traveling this whole time, and you just didn't say nothing. I'll deal with you later. It starts to shove her back. Sees Zazarak is there. I get her next to Rahadin or something, and I will lay claws into Strahd. That is a 26.
That will
he
hit
has
after
his-
shield.
Yeah, I know he has his shield up. Nothing I can do about that.
You can roll a 26.
That is 11 slashing, piercing. What the hell damage type do I actually do? Slashing.
Yeah.
11
It's okay.
slashing and 4 lightning. I don't want to shove Strahd. Yeah, I'm going to shove Strahd back. I don't want him next to Octavian. I don't like that she's sandwiched in between the two of them.
Okay.
I have advantage because I am in my hybrid
There's
form.
there's a bookshelf right here.
Yeah, I was going to push him. Oh, no, wait, that gets him closer to Victor. Let me not do that. I was going to push him directly on the line so he'd end up here, but... No, I'm still into it.
All right.
That's a 16 and just can't see it. Just there's the first one. But that is a grand total of 24 for my attempt to shove.
I was all excited because he rolls really good on those usually, but he rolled a 10. That's okay. He didn't take any damage. Whoop.
Yep. I will follow up into the space, and then since I made one attack with a claw, I will make another attack with a claw. Should shove him to the ground. That's just embarrassing for him. Claw attack. That is a 28.
That will hit.
For a grand total of 15 again.
Okay.
Most of it flashing damage.
It's all hitting.
Yep.
He'll legendary action attack you again. With an 18 to hit.
That'll miss.
And then as he like regains his footing, will swipe with the sword in his hand. Oh, fuck you for not being formatted right. Hold on, let me.
Is this a legendary action?
No, this is his turn.
Okay.
Oh, I'll roll the save. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I doubt he's gonna die from this, but
Also, if I could get my 10 hit points.
yeah. Oh man, that's a 3. So that's 15.
I will take it. I lost some to Esmeralda.
Okay, my fucking thing is not.
But I feel better that he's out of range of everyone but me.
The sword swings at you, Rokea, with a. Oh, that's not gonna hit. Swings again. Ha 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 ha! For a nat 20.
He takes 2 psychic damage.
And deals.
Actually, if I could have bodily put myself between him and Octavian, that would be good.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so that is. You're gonna not like this. That's 25 psychic damage.
I'm going to use my reaction to rebuke the violent.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. He rolled. He
wisdom
saves. Saves
So
on the
that's
save, but
half damage.
half. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So 24 and, or sorry, 12, and then the two. Okay, he saves
That's
on both of the
he saves on
con
both of those
saves.
con saves. That bastard.
Yeah. He has to roll
Dude.
like a 3 on it in order to fail. So
Dude, stop taking your ADHD meds.
okay. Okay, that's his action. His full attack. Bonus actions are none of this. That's it. Okay. Zeldrin, it's your turn.
What do I need to roll for Rahadin?
Wisdom save.
Oh,
Oh, he did.
that's
Strahd failed on your Spirit Guardians.
okay. 20 damage
Okay.
for him.
Okay.
That's a 13 plus Zazarak. So Zaz, that's a 4 or a 5?
4.
4. So 17 total.
Okay, so that's a save, and that is 10 psychic damage.
Getting low. Not quite half though. Okay. Whew, my turn. I gotta do stuff. I
There's shit
am
to do that
going
isn't just
to
struggling to stay
yeah.
focused.
I'm going
Oh,
to
con save.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's a 7 is very high, higher than a 10.
Okay.
7 plus 8 is 15.
All right.
Plus 4 is 19. I am going to Misty Step here. And then I'm going to cast a 3rd level Guiding Bolt at Rahadin. I will be using Inspiration on this if it's not good.
Okay.
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
That's a 28.
Whew. Okay, well that's a hit.
Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm happy for you, man.
Yeah, me too. Me too. 6 is right. Yeah. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Oh, that's so many ones.
Oh boy.
Come on. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. But he's fucking glowing now, so.
Yeah. I'll say your current experience with Guiding Bolt has always been my experience with Guiding Bolt. Every time I've had an opportunity to play Cleric, I never pick that spell. Because I have that same shit.
When it's good, it's so good.
Of course,
though.
of course.
Bonus action. I am not gonna waste that advantage on Rahadin on spiritual weapon, so I'm gonna move spiritual weapon over here and attack Strahd with it. It's a 24.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Uh, legendary. Yes, legendary action. Grabby hands at Rokea. Grappling you as a legendary action with a 25.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. You are wrapped like one of your biceps like pinned to him and close. And then it is Zazarak's turn. Zazarak, make me a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm. And that's plus 7, so that is a 16.
How much?
16.
That is a save, so that is 13 points of psychic damage.
Okay. All right. A little different than the last time we met. I've got friends and family with me this time. Well, take a couple swings. That certainly won't get it done with a nat 1. But a 21.
That'll hit.
Okay, so that's 2, and this time it's just 2d8. So that's 6, 7, 15.
Okay. Oh, I almost took that from you. Ooh.
And with my bonus action, I am gonna pull a bead off of my necklace with one hand and crush it. And as I reach out to Esmeralda, say, "Listen, we can't go on fighting you like that. We need your help. That's why you're here. May the Twilight Rider do something about this situation." And I will pull. I'm breaking the bead that is Greater Restoration.
Okay. I believe, does Greater Restoration take curses away? I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah,
I
it does.
believe
Yeah.
so.
All right.
Yeah.
How does it look then when this magic removes the lycanthropy?
Well, I think the Twilight Rider just, you can see the moonlight sort of withdrawing from around Esmeralda and the sunlight from the sunblade enveloping that space. And as it does, she transforms back into Esmeralda.
That's fucking sick, man.
Thank you.
Excellent. All right. It's action, bonus action.
Yeah, I'm out. I
all
mean, I
right.
could move, but I'm not going to.
All right. Legendary action. I'll use the last of my legendary actions for this round to sink Strahd's teeth into Rokea with a 20 to hit.
Yep.
It's 10 points of piercing and 16 necrotic and reduction.
So 21 total damage. Reduce my max by 16.
Rahadin, wisdom save.
Okay.
It's the save. What's the current roll and damage?
Gotta roll it again. Let's see. That's 15.
Okay. Takes.
Also, 14 temp to Zazarak.
Thank you.
The spirits and guardians of the Twilight Rider are weighing heavy on Rahadin as he swings as he swings and twirls the sabers together. Yeah, I think his best move is to attack Zazarak at this time. He is not doing well. Uh, 22 and 23 to hit.
Mm-hmm.
7 and 12.
Okay.
Esmeralda is finally herself. She looks pale and like sickly. Let's see, also having to battle the sonic agony of the Deathly Choir. Oh no. But armed now and in her right mind, will actually she'll come and stand beside you, Zazarak, just sort of leaning into you and like nudging you with a bump in the shoulder, before stabbing into Rahadin with her rapier.
He has advantage.
Oh shit. Okay. That's it's still yeah, a 19 will still hit. And cries out. He's not doing so good anymore. Let's see. Victor attempting more aid towards Strahd, and Octavian will give a healing word to you, Zazarak.
Mm-hmm.
We'll do. That'll be 12 points of healing to you. And she'll dodge and continue to keep herself alive. Rokea.
Alrighty. My wounds close a little
Grappled
bit.
again.
I am grappled again. That is true. I'm going to shove Strahd to the ground. Get off me! Which will not actually break the grapple, but I am going to try to shove him to the ground anyway.
Okay.
That is a 24.
If he goes to the ground, do you go with him?
No, he just maintains the grapple. He's
Oh,
grabbing
okay.
onto my legs,
Okay. Yeah.
as far as I know.
Okay. I'll take your word for that.
Yeah, there's nothing mechanical that forces that to happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
He has disadvantage on attack rolls. His only movement option is to crawl unless you want to stand up. And then advantage against him, which is really what I'm hoping for. Because with my second attack, we're going to try to gut Strahd. I know he's got his shield up. Wait, does he have his shield up? I don't know.
He had a shield whenever I attacked him.
So yes.
Yeah, and he hasn't gone since then. Anyway, that is a 31 to hit.
That will hit.
Oh, hey. 19 total damage.
Okay.
And then I will make a bonus action attack against him. I will take the 18 instead of the nat 1 for another 31 to hit.
Okay.
For 19 more damage.
Nice.
All right. Okay. On his turn, he will.
I fucking forgot.
What?
17 temp to Rokea.
It's way too late now. I meant to have Valenta. I was going to use Blood Curse of the Puppet and have Valenta run over and try to kill Strahd before she died. I forgot. Oh well.
All right. On Strahd's turn, I've rolled the Wisdom save. What's your DC?
17.
Okay, so he's failed. You know what? I'm just gonna burn a legendary resistance.
Okay. It was 15, so that'll be 7.
Okay. He will take his movement, or part of his movement anyway, to stand. And then
Pride, though.
how fast? He's fast, isn't he? He's fast. Okay, he's gonna drag you. Into this chamber here.
Oh,
And
hey,
then-
Victor.
And then, as part of his action, the black sword in his hand, he is going to hurl into Victor. Which is going to hit. and flow through Victor's body, leaving no mark, and just dropping him to the ground. And Strahd, grasping you, your own blood on within his teeth, says, "Do you really wish to continue like this?" Before he bites you yet again. 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 11 points of piercing and 15 necrotic.
I assume a 15-point reduction.
That is true.
11 halved to 5, and 15 is 20 damage. Which kind of bounces anyway, since my hit point max is reduced by another 15.
And he says, "This is going to continue for a very long time." And that will be the end of his turn. It is Zeldrin's turn.
Okay. I am going to run into the room here. And I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement on Rokea.
I think Strahd is going to try to counter your spell. But he's only going to cast it at a 3rd level.
Mhm.
And it's a 4th level spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his intelligence check is not sufficient to properly counter it.
All right. So yeah, you'll be able to spend 5 feet of movement to
Oh my god,
escape
thank
the
you.
grapple. And this lasts for an hour, so.
Yep. Oh my god, thank you.
Bonus action.
Ted's like, "Let me move."
It's not even that I want to move, it's just like it's
No, I don't wanna
constantly
do that
being
either.
grappled and bitten.
They don't have a lot of tools in their kit.
I mean, I know that feeling, but like, man.
Fine. That's a 15 to hit Rod, and
I don't think that's gonna do it. It does not.
okay. All right. Well, that's it for my turn. Well, I only used 20 feet of movement, so I'm gonna take just a step back to keep Zaz in my aura,
Uh-huh.
and then end of my turn, I will get 17 temp HP.
Right. Strahd will attempt in the legendary action to bite you once again, Rokea, but miss.
Okay.
And
Oh, he takes 2 psychic damage when he bit me last time, though.
right. Let's see.
They don't have a turn, but the woman on the bed is gonna start taking damage from spirit guardians.
Oh my god, you're right. Oh, kick ass. We'll let it get to like the top of the turn order, like initiative 20 or something.
Yeah, Strahd's initiative or whatever.
Yeah. Zaz. It's Zazarek's turn.
Okay. I
Okay.
am going to twirl my way around here. I'm going to cast a spell.
Yeah, gonna let you go.
Okay, I am going to cast Spirit Shroud on myself. Oh, and I'm gonna start swinging at my old friend Rahadin. That is certainly not going to do it. 4, 5, and that's a 17. Which I
That's not
assume,
gonna hit.
yeah, it does not do it. Okay,
Okay.
that's going to be it then.
All right. Oh, you need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay,
Beginning of the turn.
yeah, that is a 10.
Okay, that'll be 26 points of psychic damage.
Okay, so what is that? I need a 13 for concentration.
Yeah. Well, you weren't.
This
This was
happens
the
before you
beginning of the
cast it.
turn, so you're good.
Okay, great.
On
17 temp HP to
Thank
Zaz.
you.
on his turn, he is sickeningly focused on you, Zazarak. Given the petty nature of his personality. However, he rolled an @1 on one of his attacks, a 27 for
That'll
one of
do.
them, for 12 slashing.
Okay.
Okay. That will be all. Well, actually, no. I think he's going to. No, he's not going to teleport into the Spirit Guardians. He's not going to do that. So he's going to maintain his ground for his turn. As Merelda brings her silvered weapons down, he's able to cross his blades and defend himself from her attacks. She and Octavian are both dealing with the ringing in their ears as well. And Victor. Remains unconscious. Okay, it's your turn.
I will spend 5 feet of movement to escape this grapple.
Okay.
I'm not even positive I want to move. I kind of want to interpose myself between Strahd and Victor, but I'm afraid that will actually just get Victor killed. As far as I'm aware, he is not shielded, so I will look at Strahd with a very cold, toothy, sharp grin and just say, "No, I don't want to keep doing this. I want you to die." Then I got claws, I got teeth. That's about all I got going for me right now.
Get him.
Nope, that's a 19 to hit.
That is a miss, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend an inspiration. Why not? I don't need those for anything important. I will miss my dice tray. That's a 27 to hit instead.
That will hit. Can't do shit all about that one.
4. 18 points of damage. I will make a second attack. which is a 27
Mhm.
for 17 points of damage. And a bonus action attack is a 14. That will miss.
Yep.
I'm out of inspiration, so I can't do anything about that.
Okay. At the end of your turn,
Mhm.
Strahd,
18 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
let's see, bit you earlier. It's the only other thing he's done, so he can turn mist like once again into smoke and pass by each of you without provoking opportunity attacks. 1, 5. Before he lands here and reconstitutes. And on his turn, he walks. Yeah. He walks this way into the wall and melts in.
This whore.
Tell us how you really feel, Tyler.
So tired of people running away from me.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
I'm not the one with the brand of castigation, so I can't do anything except
You just basically saw him like turn into mist and go back
Yeah.
into the study. Oh wait, hold on. There's a person who's lying here. They suddenly go quite still.
Okay.
Whoops.
Worry about that later. I will get back into this room, and then I'm gonna blow another guiding bolt. This one at second level at Rahdan. I'm gonna use an inspiration on that. Motherfucker. That misses.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon. That's a 17.
That misses.
Okay.
It is Zazarak's turn.
All right. I will take a couple swings here. That is a 17, which is it's a 21.
That will hit. How do you want to do this?
Well, I remember him gutting me to end me, and so I will, on the first swipe with the double-bladed scimitar was more feint than anything else, so I could get a hand on the back of his neck. Then I just pull him in onto the blade and thought maybe you'd like to know how this feels on the other end of the sharp stick, and disembowel him.
Tyrannical elf with the curse of the howl of his victims echoing wherever he goes, is finally slain, and those spirits are freed. The room finally quiets. Anything else for your turn?
Oh no, that is it.
given speeds for everybody and other things going on, we are going to have to fall out of initiative because pursuit, if we were to do it by combat, if that is the decision you choose to make, you're not going to like catch up in combat.
Mhm.
So we will.
Go ahead.
Actually, hold on. I've got to roll another death save before. We got to roll some death saves for Victor and do something about that possibly.
Well, if we're dropping out of initiative, I think we're
Mhm.
still within a minute.
Yep.
All right. Well, first thing I'll do is I'll run over here and I'll pull a bead off of the necklace and cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Okay. That will do. I only wanted to roll in case you rolled a nat 1 because his turn was coming up.
Gotcha.
Yep.
The person on the bed, are they dead? Oh,
You can go on.
I was just gonna ask if the person on the bed is dead, or like unconscious.
You see that there is a figure under what appears to be some like silken sheets, who's like just the top of their head, which is like bound up hair. You see like their face is mostly covered, but they are not moving. Do you like pull the covers back?
Yeah.
You see a very young woman who is in like a silken nightgown, whose eyes are open and unfocused, and she is not moving and not breathing.
Is she like certainly human or?
Yes.
Okay.
You might want to fix this one, Zeldrin.
Yeah, I'm
I
gonna.
can't do it.
I will cast Gentle Repose on her. I can't bring her back to life right now, but I will cast Gentle Repose. I mean, I'm assuming like you've confirmed she is dead, not unconscious if she's not breathing.
Correct. Dead.
Yeah. So Gentle Repose. I will do more for her later.
Okay.
I will hand my brother the Revivify scroll that I have.
Oh, I wouldn't have done Gentle Repose if I had that.
Well, why don't I mean?
I don't.
She's not going anywhere now. So
Right, and we may need this.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
we'll
I
hang on
think-
to that. I can rate like we will be able to revivify her for 10 days now.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah. I'm with Zeldrin on this one.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh boy.
How's everybody doing?
I've seen better days. How are you doing?
I'm 100%. I'm feeling fine.
I
Some
am
of your
going
entrails
to...
just spill out on the ground.
Yeah, I mean,
No, that happens. Let me just put those back in.
there's not much of a distinction anymore, okay, between your insides and your outsides. That's why I'm asking.
What are you talking about? I feel fine. My ribs are supposed to show that way. It means I haven't been eating.
I am going to
Nothing. Okay.
sorry. Let's see. I'm debating how to best heal the most people the most. I'm going to do some math right quick. I want to know which one of these modes of healing will be more potent. So give me just a minute.
Got plenty of time.
While this is going on, I'm gonna go grab the red crystal from Bolita. Don't want to leave it lying around.
Yeah, you can do that. Sorry, 1 second.
It sort of occurs to me that perhaps there is some part of this place that we need to find before we can actually land a fatal blow on Strahd. Something in the castle itself. Because
The average of 10d6 is a little over 30, right?
35.
Okay. I can either spend a third level and give me and Zaz each about 35, or I can spend a third level and a fifth level and definitely give everyone 29.
Well, Victor is probably at
I mean, he's at. The rolls were 9 plus 5 or plus 4, so that's 13.
13.
Mhm.
And
And
Octavian
Esmeralda's
is
looking
hurt.
bad, and we don't know about Octavian.
Yeah. We know she got hurt. We don't know
Yeah.
what sort of healing she's got.
Yeah.
Um,
It's just a matter of, do I want to save my fifth level slot and not heal our companions as much, or spend my fifth level and get them up a little bit? I mean, not a little bit. I mean, 29 is a lot, but
yeah.
I think I will do that. I'm going to spend my third level slot to cast Aura of Vitality, so that everyone within 30 feet of me, no, not Aura of Vitality, Beacon of Hope, so that everyone within 30 feet of me heals maximum. And then I will use my fifth level slot to cast Mass Cure Wounds, so everyone
Nice.
heals 29.
Don't suppose you got another one of them greater restoration beads.
Unfortunately, I do not. I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm so just generally drained all across the board. I wouldn't be against retreating back to the tunnel that Floof dug and
Coming
meditating
after
for,
Strahd another time whenever he has no army to sick on us.
well, yeah, I mean, we killed most of the army, and I mean, all it takes for us is a 4-hour meditation. We can,
Mm-hmm. We
you
would
know,
know that Strahd will heal. It's possible he might remove your brand in that time, and we would
Yeah,
have
he's
a
done
harder
that
time
before,
finding
so
him. But
he's done that before, so that wouldn't be that difficult.
But given at this point, I have 3 first level slots and 1 third level now.
We could at least try to find the skull of Argynvost.
right,
Get something out of this run.
try and find the skull, right, and hopefully find the skull. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I just don't know. I mean, let's say we did find him. What then?
Mm-hmm. I have no heavy hitting I can do now. I think retreat is a better option.
I do think you might be onto something, Roquet. There may be something here that within the castle something else that we need to take care of. I mean, I believe we destroyed his coffin, or at least one of them.
Mm.
Right? But there may be other things that'll make it more difficult for him to be successful. And Tyler, how much healing was going around? The
29 for everyone.
29.
Okay.
So that puts Victor at 42.
Yeah.
You said 29, right?
Yeah, 29.
All right. Octavian's looking good. Esmeralda is very shaken, but looks fine, mostly. Victor is like dealing with a head wound, but is mostly okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I know we didn't get Strahd, but we did great. We eliminated many of his allies.
Rahadin,
That fucker's gone.
the creepy wife, the 2 witches, the undead adventurers.
Can we see where he came down from? Not where he went the last time, but maybe the skull we were after is up where he was.
Oh, that's a good guess. I think, didn't he apparate through the fire here?
He did walk in through the fire. I don't know by what means, but
I don't think I had it removed like when for the sake of what was going on, but like as he'd come through, he'd mostly overshadowed, but now you can see a passage behind the hearth, beyond the flames, that have died a little bit since he has departed.
Taking a look, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go
Just
with
walk
it.
straight through.
Okay,
I'm gonna regenerate that damage anyway.
that's a good point. I was gonna say you're gonna take the fire damp, but like a moment later, you're
Ow!
okay.
Ow! Ow! Okay, I'm good. I feel like there's got to be some downside to this. Like, surely I'm feeding this castle and making everything worse every time I heal.
Zazarak is doing that thing where, having seen Rokea do it, he keeps almost stepping into the fire, but it's just too hot, and he just keeps backing back off.
Rokea, resting on the floor of this smoke-filled room, is a closed chest surrounded by piles of gold and silver and copper coins. The fittings and clawed feet of the chest are evidence of immaculate workmanship. Attached to the east wall are 2 torch sconces. The southernmost one holds a torch with an intricate metal base, and the other is empty. There is a skeleton in broken plate armor against one wall. Its right hand is on its throat, and its left hand holds the matching torch for the empty sconce.
That's a very, very nice chest. Hey, toss me Crowy! I will try to open the chest first before I...
It is unlocked.
Never mind.
And when you open it,
I'd never throw you through the fire, baby.
a cloud of blue smoke begins to billow out and quickly fills the room.
Yep, I should have seen this coming.
You're immune to sleep, though, right?
Sure
Magical
am.
sleep. All right. So this cloud of gas just fills this room. It does absolutely nothing to you.
I should have seen that coming, shouldn't I, Mr. Skeleton? I will put the torch back.
Let me see if that opens something.
God.
Oh my God, what did you eat, Rokea? What is this gas? Oh my goodness.
Actually, you return the torch to the sconce, and indeed,
Oh no. Oh no.
a door opens over here.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Deadman. Don't. I will just take a peek.
The ancient hall beyond appears to be completely choked with spider webs, broken by a single clear path down the center.
There's another passage back here, and there's a chest with a bunch of coins. Is there anything actually in the chest other than the gas?
Uh, um, no, it doesn't say. It just lists the value of the coins that are scattered around. So I'm going to go
Yeah.
with no.
Yeah. Completely trapped.
Wow.
Well, buddy.
There's a shitload of coins, though.
And I mean,
Yeah.
the chest seems to be worth something itself. So,
Yeah. I
um,
mean, we could steal it just to kind of
carry the coin.
be like a
Um,
fuck you to Strahd. Also, we should definitely take that person that you on the bed. We should definitely bring them with us. I'll carry them out of here because
Question: What do you fellas think about? Strahd ran from us. I could
Yeah.
set up a tent of light right here, and we can try to get a rest in right here. And if Strahd interrupts it, he interrupts it. But do y'all think that's worth the risk?
Well, I mean, I think that's not a bad idea. I wouldn't mind finding a room with a few less entrances in it.
About that bedroom over there.
Oh, you mean the one where Victor is right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad. Just the two entrances, I guess.
I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take Strahd to recuperate, but honestly, likely less than 4 hours.
Rokea, you begin walking into the chamber. I can see that your light looks a little bit fucked up. Is that right?
For me, the room basically is. Nope, that's the wrong tool.
Is it like cut?
Yeah, it's like a diagonal room. That's it. Oh, okay. Yep.
Let me hold on. Let me.
There's a weird line on the light layer, I guess.
Yeah, and it's not one that I. It's not one that I can see. So it's just there's a glitch there. You're in a long chamber, and as you kind of walk in, follow that like cut path through the spider webs, you see on the farther end a pair of bronzed doors, immaculately and ornately carved, um, just mostly clear of the spider webs on that side.
Hey, guys, if you snuff out the fire, there's something back here. Do you want me to just take a look?
Hold on one second. How big is this fire that's burning here?
It's dying down, but like it's still like tall, and I'll say it's probably in the like 10 by 10 rather than the 10 by 20. Make sense?
Yeah. Victor,
Okay.
you got any magic that can put this out?
I've
Let me
prestidigitation,
see.
but I don't think that's going to be enough.
No, I'm only well. I can if you stand back.
Oh yeah, so I'll get out of the way.
Uh,
Why don't you do that voodoo that you do so well?
he looks around, steps around the corpse of Rahadin, and the other fallen adventurers, and summons a pummel of ice and stone from the sky, and through the force and pressure, the fire is killed.
Well done. Thanks, Victor. I will head after Rokea.
All right.
Oh, there you are. There's a weird break in the middle of this room.
Yeah, something wrong with the fabric of time and space here.
Yeah.
Zeldrin, you're following as well? Esmeralda is staying in the other room, sitting on one of the sofas. Octavian is sort of standing, like standing watch, but like appears to be with Esmeralda. And now the four of you are against this big fancy door.
I will try to pull it
Okay,
open.
you still got a ping on Strahd?
That's
He's
a
not
very
coming
good
any
question.
closer yet, right?
The moment the name Strahd is said, I point.
Downwards.
Somewhere
And,
down here.
and a little bit close to like underneath you. Moving. Currently moving.
Definitely moving.
Um,
Very down there somewhere. Could be looping around, but
Maybe he's trying to get down to the crypt or something.
yeah, that's pretty likely. Unless he's discovered we've trashed that one coffin, but I feel like he's smart enough to have a backup hidden somewhere. Is that a thing? Can vampires do that? I'm the one that I should be asking.
If you want to make a nature check for that, you can do so at advantage.
While this is going on, I will telepathically communicate with Floof and tell him that, look, buddy, Strahd may be headed in your direction. Let us know if you see or hear anything. Do your best to stay safe.
Floof lets you know that he's fairly within the tunnel, but has not seen anything pass ahead of him. Granted, he doesn't have dark vision, but I don't think he does.
That seems like an oversight for a tunneling creature.
Yeah.
I like to
They don't know
burrow
where they're going.
underground
They're
where there's
just
no
going
natural light.
forward.
Let's find out. No, nada. Nothing.
Only way to go is straight ahead.
He doesn't need to know what's ahead of him if it's all dirt.
Yeah. What's there to see? Hey, to be fair, Ted, moles.
Blind as a bat.
Well,
Does he
yeah,
have,
they're
like,
also fully
tremor sense?
blind.
True. But same core thought. Oh right, your roll. So the restorative power of an undead is within the soil, and so theoretically, if there is other places that the land that they call their home has places to be kept, there are other places that they can restore themselves.
Yeah, he'll be able to recover. We're gonna have to.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did not turn him to mist. He retreated before that happened. So as soon as he left our sunlight, he began regenerating.
Well, at the very least, we can find the skull. Hopefully, get out of here, regroup, and figure out something. I'll try to pull this door open.
It pushes, but you can push it.
I will.
I will start by pushing the open.
I will be the Far Side comic for the genius school that is. I don't know if I could. It's too. Oh. Fuck.
You can hear the rain.
Just keep pushing, man. It'll go. It'll give.
You can hear the rain and thunder outside, and the air here is cold and damp. Veils and curtains of webbing fill the room, making it hard to gauge its width and depth. There is a single narrow path leading to the dark center of a room where there is a rope dangling from high above.
Single rope.
Can I look up and see if I see anything with my 300-foot dark vision?
It is significantly obstructed by webbing, but you can make a perception check. At disadvantage because of the obstruction.
Okay. I'll give myself guidance. What? 8. Disadvantage 4. Great. 4 plus 9, 10, 14.
Unfortunately, 14. You are so visibly obstructed, it is impossible to see where this rope is going. Actually, I will say that like upwards, you do see that like it still has a significantly clear path to a bell above, but there's just so much crowding and shadow like of the webbing above that around that like it's a little hard to determine like anything else.
Mm-hmm. Do I have any gauge of like the distance to the bell?
50 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna go take a look up there, see if there's anything interesting. I'll be right back. And I'm gonna steps of night begin just climbing a ladder through the darkness.
Okay.
Hey,
As
take the
you
comic with you, just in
Sure.
case something happens. Yeah. See.
Alright, you hand off a crab. And
I do in fact hand off a crab.
30 feet in the air, Zeldrin, your passive perception detects movement as giant spiders in the webbing that are completely hidden lunge out at you.
Mm-hmm.
uh, token layer.
God.
Wow.
Okay. So it's time for session to end.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think,
I think we can pick back up here in a few weeks.
yeah. And just I'll put it in chat if we need to, but this next week Tyler and I will be out. The week after that Adam will be out. So it'll be 2 weeks from now where we pick up.
3 weeks.